You can write positive conditions as well as negative conditions. I'll be writing about, okay, some examples of, okay, popular conditions. So the first one is I'm just giving the condition, right? So if, all right, so let me write the stuff like this. If hyphen f slash temp slash file, okay, then do something. What is this equivalent to? So writing this is equivalent to you trying to tell that, okay, do something if the file temp slash file exists. Right? Now let me write the same stuff with a different condition altogether. Right? So I am writing do something, okay, do something if the file does not exist. I have used the not expression over here. Yeah. So now here I'll be writing hyphen n, and then let us assume that I'm defining some variable over here, dollar variable. Okay. So this means that do something, okay, if the dollar variable is not empty. Okay. So now let me try to write a not around this. So let me write a not around this, and then it becomes do something if the variable is empty. So you might come across these kind of expressions a lot. Okay, right? But generally, okay, so the same expression can be written, okay, to not make it complicated. Shell has the same stuff. Okay, so the result of executing this expression and this expression is same. Do something if the variable is empty, right? So if you use not z, then do something if the variable is not empty, right? So that's basically what it is, right? Fine. So whenever you're writing shell conditions, you might come across this kind of shell scripts, these kind of shell scripts. Okay, right? So shall we improve yesterday's shell script now? Because we know a little bit of scripting now. Okay, now let me go into C drive, Linux. Okay, so yesterday, okay, we have written some script which basically creates a temporary directory. Okay, now I can make my script more interactive, right? So if then exit rcdemo.sh. So I am basically trying to tell that, okay, the first line is always shebang. Okay, from past few days I have not been writing script headers. Okay, so if you forgot what a script header is, right, so this is a script header. Okay, so I want you to write the script headers, right? Okay, if then exit rc demo, right? So let me try to tell make dir, okay, uh, temps, create a directory called as temps, and result of this make dir, try to store it in a variable called as make dir underscore rc dollar question mark. Now test if the directory creation is successful. So what I can try to tell is if, okay, if, right, dollar makedir underscore RC is not equals to 0, that means that there is something that has gone wrong, right? So then, okay, we will be basically giving a statement saying that echo, right, makedir did not created the directory, okay? So stopping script execution, okay? Now here you will say that I am exiting 1 because this is an error. This is an error. So since I finished my if block, I'll be writing fi. Okay, am I clear on this? But if the file creation is successful, then I'll be executing touch temps slash temp file dot txt. Okay, simple. Are we basically trying to write a script which is better than what we were writing few days ago, right? So now if you want to take this directory, what you can try to tell is, okay, directory underscore path, directory underscore path, okay, is equals to, okay, $0. I can do this, and rather than executing the stems, I can take that directory path. Okay, I can do that. But before we go there, let us try to write a script which is this. Okay, now am I able to write a script now? I'll be executing it using bash because, to be very specific, we are not using any of the major Linux functionalities over here. So I'll be executing the script by saying sh if then exit rcdemo.sh. Okay, now let me execute this. Sorry, saying we got the error message. Yes or no, sir? Okay, now applying above conditions to make script handle errors. Okay, so the if then rc demo.sh file will have a script as shown below. So this is bash script. Okay, where is that script? Right now, okay, so let's execute this script, okay, with a positive and a negative condition. With a positive and negative condition, right? Positive condition is it will create the directory, and the negative condition is it will not create a directory. So the moment I start doing this, right, so then the error which I get is as shown over here. Right, so now if you see, in the first case everything has gone perfectly. In the second case we got errors. So I'm saving this. Let me go to folder path, right, and sh33.png, right? So preview dot slash images slash sh33.png. Good. Right, sir. So now you can basically continue the execution of your scripts, right? You can construct your scripts which are much more better, right? So for example, you can replace this, right? If you don't want really a temporary variable over here holding the value, right? So you can replace directly this with dollar question mark, okay? And then remove this line, okay? You will get the same results. It is no different. So this is all your knowledge now, right? So basically it depends on how you would like to use it, but my recommendation is try to be explicit, because there might be some other tester, some other developer who might come to your team, right, who might not know what you have written. So it is better that we write comments, right? So now we understand if else. So now let's adopt if then else. So the basic structure, I'm quite sure that you are understanding. So right now we are just writing one if condition, right? So you can write if and else if you want, if and else if you want. So let us quickly write that script. Okay, I'll be writing a script which is very much similar to, I'll write one more script which is okay, if then else demo.sh, okay, /bin/bash. Okay, now let me try to give a file path. Okay, so the file is random file.txt. This is a random file. Okay, this is the path of the random file. Now what I want to do is I want to check if the file exists, right? And if the file exists, I will print the file content. If the file doesn't exist, I will return an exit code. So let me do that. So how will I do that? It is very simple. If, okay, not -f, okay, dollar file location. If the file doesn't exist, right, then, okay, try to tell file mentioned, okay, as dollar file dollar doesn't exist. So skipping, so exiting, right? So here I'll be writing exit of 1, right? And then I'll be writing else statement. So if the file exists, then I'm writing, since the file is existing, echo printing contents of file at dollar file dollar. Okay, so what are the contents of the file? A very simple command, cat dollar file dollar, and then you would basically finish your if. Right, guys, are you getting any noises in the background? Okay, right. Okay, fine, sir. So as long as you're not getting them, it's fine. Yeah. So right, so am I clear on this? I'm not executing this file. I'm quite sure you understand the basic notation of what I'm trying to achieve over here. Am I clear on this, sir? So whenever you try to execute the code, please always try to write as many comments as possible. Okay, now let's write one more if then else script which accepts parameters. Okay, so we are still going with positional parameters, right? So if then else demo2 dot sh bin slash bash. Okay, I'm just writing usage. Okay, usage is if then else demo2 dot sh, and then here you have to give the file name. Okay, and what would happen is, right, this file names contents will be printed. This file names content will be printed. Am I clear on this? Right? So now I am writing file underscore name equals to $1. Am I clear on this? So what can go wrong? What can go wrong? A user might enter empty values. Okay. So first let me write a condition for that. If, okay, hyphen z dollar file name dollar. Okay. Then write a echo statement. Okay. Write an echo statement which basically tries to tell that file name usage incorrect usage. Okay. Yeah, incorrect usage. Try to use my command line over here. So this could be my first condition. What else could go wrong? All right, or it is not file name, path of file. Okay, the second thing could be file might not be existing. So if hyphen f, okay, if not hyphen f, if file doesn't exist, okay, dollar file underscore name, okay, then you can simply try to tell that echo incorrect file path. Okay, incorrect file path. Okay, or please correct the file path and re-execute the script and re-execute. Okay, all right, right. Now I can simply say, right, now over here I should be exiting this. So exit of one, exit of one. Okay, and right, if the file name exists, if the file name exists, then I'll be basically printing the contents of the file. So the contents of the file are echo cat. Uh, why do I need echo? I don't need echo. Right? Cat dollar file underscore name. Am I clear on this, sir? Yeah. Right. So now let me do ls. Let me execute. If then exit. If then. Oh, what is it? Dot slash if then else demo 2 dot sh. So conditional expression, I might have messed up somewhere. What is that I missed? Oh, all right. Yes. Okay. Fine. Sorry, saying it is trying to tell that it is incorrect usage. Now, if I try to give, okay. So, what is it trying to tell? First is line 13. There is something going wrong in line 13. So, in line 13, you have passed the file name and then you are trying to tell not file. So, here I have to give one more space. Right? And now, if I give the file path, which is a correct file path, okay, dot slash if then else if then exit demo.sh. Sorry, saying it is printing contents of the file. Am I clear on this? Right? So you have to be very careful with the spaces. I forgot giving spaces. Right? So now are our scripts looking better? They might not be very wonderful scripts, but are we thinking better than what we were a couple of days ago? What we were a couple of days ago. That is how I measure learning. Right? So generally, whenever you write scripts, right, you might not write scripts for one condition, right? You might be writing scripts with multiple conditions. You might be writing scripts with multiple conditions. So whenever you are writing scripts with multiple conditions, you can basically use and or statements also, and or statements also, right? So possibly, right, we can combine this statement. We can combine this statement by writing the and or statements, which we'll be doing in our subsequent examples. Am I clear on this, sir? Yeah. Sir, hyphen C is if the file name is empty, right? So this is where I have basically for the first mistake was I have done this. You should have a space over here. And the second mistake which I have done is I should have a space, right? Don't forget that spaces. Okay. Now, the next thing which we want to do is I want to start checking my arguments. I want to start my checking my arguments, because generally whenever we give any input to the users, they might pass something which is wrong. So as a person who is developing a script, it is completely our responsibility to ensure that we check the arguments. Right? So let us try to create. Okay. So let's try to write a very simple shell script. Which creates a file. Or which creates a specified file in the specified directory with specified content. So the command line should be, or the argument list should be okay, /create file.sh. Okay, and to this the first argument which you should pass is directory path. Okay, and the second argument which you should pass is file name, and the third argument which you should be passing is file contents. Am I clear on this? So we are supposed to write a file which is basically called as, okay, create file.sh. So let me do that. So this time I'll be writing script header also. Okay, so create file.sh bin/bash. Okay, now let me take this script header. Okay, and let me close others. Right. So let me write script headers, and then let me try to tell that this today is September 1st. Okay, and the way you run this file is you have to create file.sh and then you have to pass directory name, file name, and then file contents, right? So this is what you need to do. So how many arguments is your shell script trying to take? How many arguments will your shell script take? Do you agree that it is 3? Right? So let me write that. So let me make this editor a little bit huge for some time. So what is that we need? We need 3 arguments. We need 3 arguments. So checking if the arguments passed count is 3 or not. If it is not 3, then there is no point creating the script, we will fail. So I'll execute if $hash, okay, not equals to 3, then echo, right, incorrect number of arguments passed. Okay, usages, am I clear on this, sir? And then I will exit with 1 and then I will stop this. Yes, sir. Right? Good. Now, what we will try to do is let us try to fetch the arguments. Then there is no chance that our arguments will be something wrong. So, directory underscore name equals to $1. File underscore name equals to $2. Right? File underscore content equals to $3. Yes, sir. Do you agree with me with the statements? Okay. So, create parameters with argument values. Okay, right, sir. Now, when I'm trying to create the directory, what I need to do is I need to check if the directory exists or not. Okay, so check if the directory exists. Okay, if it does not exist, create directory. So what I'm trying to do is if, okay, not underscore d dollar directory name. Okay, so if the directory does not exist, then what is it we need to do? I need to create the directory. And if the directory creation is successful, then okay, there is no need for you to give any error message. But if the directory creation is failed due to some reason, if the directory creation is failed, so then I'll be trying to tell echo cannot create directory. Echo cannot create directory. Since I cannot create directory, there is no point in me continuing with this script. There is no point in me with respect to continuing the script. So I want to exit out of the script. So I will just say exit 1. Am I clear on this? Yeah. Simple, sir. Yeah. So you have created a curly braces, and in a curly braces you can write multi statements. That's the only thing which you are trying to basically do over here. Now my job is done. All right. Now since the directory exists, okay, let's create absolute path for the file. Absolute file path. So what is an absolute file path? Absolute file path is directory name / file name. So abs underscore file path is equals to dollar of, right, directory name / dollar of file name. Okay. Now let's try to create a file. Try to create a file. When we should create a file? If the file does not exist, right? So how will I know if the file exists or not? Again, the story is same. -f dollar absolute file path, okay, not. If the file doesn't exist, then only try to create a file. If the file exists, there is no point for you creating a file. So I'll be trying to tell touch dollar absolute file name. And if the error occurs, if error occurs or executes, if it is successful, then the AND statements can be executed. So I'll be writing echo cannot create a file, okay, and then I am exiting with 1. So right, so we have done all of this. Now since file is created, okay, or present, ensure to or present, add the contents, to it. So I am basically saying echo dollar file underscore content, and I will redirect these contents to absolute file path. Is this very difficult, sir? Okay, right. You can use question mark, what do you call, you can check the exit code by writing make dir and then try to write if dollar question mark equals to 0 or equal to 1, you can do that. But this looks more professional, right? This looks more professional. Why? Because whenever this, I am not sure whether you have followed the yesterday's notes or not, sir. Venkatesh, I'm thoroughly disappointed by the question you have asked, but others might also have this question, right? So if you have gone through yesterday's notes, right? So in yesterday's notes, what is that we have done? Test 5 greater than 22. Test 5 greater than 22, right? If 5 is greater than 22, then S will print. If 5 is not greater than 22, then no will print. Yes or no? Did we did this yesterday? Right? So is it my crime, sir, if you don't attend the class? Right? So now I'm applying the same logic over here. Okay, right? If you don't attend the class, at least you can watch the YouTube video, right, sir? Fine. Right. Why do we use fi? Because it is a syntax. I write if and I write fi because that is how shell has told me to do it. Arshia, am I clear on that? That is a syntactical element, and you have to follow that because it has to be in that sense itself, right? So is this script? So if you look at number of lines, we have written approximately 40 lines of script, but this is a very simple script. But earlier we used to directly write the commands. Now is our script looking little bit decent now? Yes. Now you can execute this script, right? For executing the script also, you really don't need a Linux machine. Even if you have git bash, that is more than enough. Create file.sh. Okay, my directory is temps. My file name is random text.txt, and my content is hello, how are you? And if you remember, I have spaces. The moment I have spaces, I should put my arguments in quotes. Now, let me see if there is a file that is created in temps. All right, random text.txt, and let me edit this. So, hello, how are you? Are you seeing this? Right now, if I try to basically create file.sh and then I try to give, so incorrect number of arguments passed. If I give temps and random text.txt, I have given only 2 arguments. So incorrect number of arguments passed. I am giving hello, how are you? So for shell, anything where you have given space is an argument. It will still give you incorrect arguments. Are we clear on this, sir? Okay. So if you want to get more details, as we have discussed in our last class, please execute with bash-x. Bash-x. Okay. Okay. So your script, right? The script will be as shown below. Right. Now execute the script. Okay. So did I save this? I think I have saved it. No, I have not. Okay. So this will be 34.png. All right. So is our script looking better, sir? Okay. And generally understand one notation, right? In command line arguments or in command line usage, okay, when arguments are in these kind of braces, are you getting that? Okay, they are mandatory arguments. Okay, mandatory, or they are required arguments. Required arguments. And if the arguments are in square brackets, they are optional. They are optional. Okay. And now in the script, we have used this $hash, right? So this $hash will try to tell number of arguments which you have passed to your script. Okay. Right, sir. Okay. Fine. Now, okay, let us basically go one step ahead of this. One step ahead of this, right? So whenever I am writing scripts, right? So I might ask, especially whenever I'm writing interactive scripts, I might ask questions to the users, right? So enter your choice right now, something like that. Okay. So if those choices are something which I want to validate, then that is where everything will be messed up. That is where everything will be messed up. So how am I going to deal with yes and no, right? So generally, dealing with y or n options in interactive scripts, right? Okay. So User, when we ask input from the user might enter. Okay, so I'm just trying to tell yes, right? You can go with different permutations and combinations. Okay, y, capital Y. Okay, and you can go over a huge list of all of these options. User might enter loads and loads of options, right? So let me, user might enter many possibilities. Okay, for yes. Okay, I'm just writing some of them. Yes, yes, y, right? Or let me just take yes in that case. Y, yes, etc. Okay, so now, and same thing for no, and same for no. So how can I write basically a script? Okay, how can I write a script which is case sensitive? Okay, to s values, because if you go into shell script, right, and if you ask the question is yes equals to, okay, yes, okay, and means they are, and means they are equal. Okay, or means they are not equal. Let us see what is that I missed. uh, right. Okay, so fine man, let me make it right. What is missing? Conditional binary operator. Are you seeing some problem here? Am I missing something? Yeah, man. Space. I'm always messing up about it, right? Okay. So basically, right? If S equals to S, right? What is happening? Okay, right? So I'm messing with spaces. So generally, it is basically not a good idea, not a good idea for us. Okay, to do these kind of comparison. So let us try to write a shell script. Let us try to write a shell script where it is very much easy for the user. Okay, to basically try to tell. Okay, whether your script accepts yes or no. So okay, or let me do this. Our user might be entering small y, capital Y, small n, great N, right? So let me write a very quickly, very simple shell script. So bash, okay. Oh man, it has already passed 6. So last script of the day, sir. Yes, no dot sh, bin slash bash. Okay. Now read hyphen p. Do you like Linux? This is my question. And whatever response which you try to give, I have stored it in a variable called as reply. Okay. So now I might ask the user saying that if, okay, dollar reply, okay, and I'm using commas equals to small y, or dollar reply, okay, equals to capital S. So let me try to show you what that is. Reply equals to yes. So if I write echo dollar reply, what is that I'm getting? Yes. But if I write echo dollar reply, what is it I'm getting? So did it convert it to uppercase? Yes or no, sir? Yeah. So here dollar reply comma stands for lowercase conversion, and over here, right, the caret symbol basically tries to tell you the uppercase. So echo great, continue your learning journey. I'm not going to write for no. I am quite sure that you might have understood the options over here, and let me exit of 0. Did you understood this, sir? Yeah. So here comma stands for convert to a lowercase, and caret symbol stands for convert to a uppercase. Okay, sir. I'll stop it at that, and then we'll continue this discussion in our next class, right? So if I've written one condition which will accept even a single digit or a single character or a multi-character combination of words like yes, no, and all of that stuff. All right. Okay, sir. So I'll stop it at that, and we'll meet again tomorrow to continue this discussion. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel and click on bell icon.